I called in today. It would have been ready Wednesday. And that's like, I gotta say something about this processor, Miller's Custom Meats, man. They've got it down to science. Like, and if there's a wait, I don't really care. Like, if someone's like, it'll take me about a week or two, no problem. Like, I'm not that person. I'm like, no, I want it back now, right? I'm not that person. But I'll tell you what, man, these guys, I dropped it off. I dropped her. So I shot the last day of the year on Thursday, dropped her off that falling Monday, I'm sorry, falling Friday. They're like, yeah, you can pick her up Wednesday. Okay. I mean, this is like, they're going to be doing the processing and then the smoking and all that, the curing and all that, because it's, trail bologna and snack sticks. For those of you who are not from Ohio, trail bologna is an Ohio thing, basically a version of summer sausage. I didn't know. Did you know that it's
No,
trail?
no, I had no idea. I just thought everybody had it and everybody knew what the heck it was. But now that you say that, I don't think I've seen trail bologna since I've come out here.
Yeah, trail bologna is an Ohio thing. It originated from Trail, Ohio, is why it's called trail bologna.
No kidding.
So, yeah, and so for those of you who aren't from Ohio, doesn't know what trail bologna is, it is similar to summer sausage or something along those lines. Is what it's kind of similar to. But so it usually comes in a ring. You get like they call it like ring bologna is another thing you might hear it called as. So I forget how many rings I counted out today. But when I called them this morning, I said, "Hey, this is my order number. I'm getting ready to come out. How much do I owe you?" And like, "Oh yeah, you had 70 pounds of meat." I'm like, "Off that dough?" She's bigger than I thought.
Well, and
I
you
didn't.
got got to factor in when you're doing grind and things like that to prep for sausages and things. You're going to be adding some pork fat and some beef fat and tallow or sinew or not sinew. Oh, lost the word I was looking for. Regardless, they're going to be adding a little extra to it, but not that much to make it that significant.
Yeah, I mean, even though, so when they told me that, I'm like, I'm interested. So I did a little quick, like Google search, and what it was is the AI response of, I said, hey, how much meat do you typically get off of like an adult doe deer? And they're like, somewhere between 30 to 55 pounds. I'm like, well, she's a little bit bigger than I thought then, because I don't know if they charge you per pound of like finished product. I think it's pound of like whatever they get ready to whatever they processed. I don't know. So, anyways, it was a pretty decent sized doe, obviously. So, but
Heck
that's
yeah.
Ohio deer. That's Ohio deer. They're pretty big. They're corn fed.
Yeah, that's one thing I have trouble with some of the guys out here, especially some that I work with. They don't realize how big the whitetails in Ohio and some of these other states are. They're not as big as a mule deer, but
Mhm.
their perception are southern whitetails and just not very large animals. And so there's a big misconception there. And I've shown them pictures of deer I've taken in the past. They're like, oh, that's a big deer. I'm like, that's a typical whitetail for that area. That's a 3.5-year-old buck.
Mhm.
So it's funny. I'd love to take a couple of them back east to Ohio just to get that experience someday. But
Yeah, it's a different experience too, man. It really is. And really kind of depends what you're looking for when you're hunting and stuff. So like I can see where, some of them might have a reservation, like, well, I don't really want to hunt out of a tree stand because that sounds boring to me and stuff.
and that's a beautiful thing. You don't have to. If you think you're good enough to spot and stalk a flighty whitetail and you can do it, more
Absolutely.
power to you. I will support it all the way. But I'm
So
not that quiet and I am too clumsy.
sorry, I'm yelling at my dog. The black when I say yelling, I'm not yelling at him. I'm telling him he needs to go lay down. The black dog came up here, was trying to get my attention.
Dad.
Pet me. I'm bored.
Yeah.
It's better than him in here barking at something. So,
On today's
well, man,
episode of Fat and Jobless.
right, right. To be a dog sometimes.
Tell you.